Lord John Grey has played an essential role in Outlander Season 7, building further on the relationship he established with Jamie early in the series. Lord John is easily one of Jamie's most important friends in Outlander's story, though things haven't always been easy. Their getting to know one another was rather unlikely from the start, and the connection between them has continued to be profoundly unique. Now, however, in Outlander Season 7, the tension on Lord John and Jamie's friendship will be stronger than ever before. At the end of Outlander Season 7, Episode 10, Lord John proposes marriage to Claire, believing that Jamie has died while crossing from Scotland. Then, going into Outlander Season 7, Episode 11, Claire and Lord John officially tie the knot and even consummate the marriage before Jamie makes a surprising return. Finding out about his best friend and wife being intimate will surely put some pressure on Jamie, but this will take a back seat to Lord John's adoptive son, William, discovering that Jamie is his biological father. It's a very messy story in Outlander, but where did all this begin? Lord John Grey first met Jamie when he was 16. Their relationship began with deception. Young Lord John Grey in Outlander. Lord John Grey first met Jamie when he was only 16 years old, during the events of Outlander Season 2. At the time, Jamie was fighting for the Scottish rebellion leading up to the disastrous Battle of Culloden. Young John had been on a campaign with his older brother when he recognized Red Jamie and attempted to be a hero. Jamie took advantage of the young boy's valor, pretending that Claire was a captive Englishwoman whom he would molest if John didn't share important information about his brother's regiment. Jamie allowed the boy to live after this interaction. So, from that point forward, Lord John owed the Scotsman a life debt. He was determined to pay it off so that he could kill Jamie without damaging his honor. Of course, little did John know that Jamie would eventually become someone deeply important to him. John Grey later becomes governor of Ardsmuir Prison. Lord John and Jamie were reunited through a shifted power dynamic. When he used Jamie as an Ardsmuir Prison spy cropped. The next step in Jamie and Lord John Grey's relationship would come about a decade later when the latter man became governor of Ardsmuir Prison. This is where Jamie was held following the Battle of Culloden and he had become something of a leader and representative for the other Jacobite prisoners there. Lord John was at first reluctant to hear from Jamie about prisoner requests and welfare. However, after a small adventure revolving around the French-given Jacobite treasure, something shifted between Lord John and Jamie. From then on, Jamie and Lord John would have periodic meetings, during which they would share a meal, play chess, and discuss the prisoners. Mutual friendship and respect developed between them, and Lord John did all he could to listen to Jamie's suggestions regarding the needs of the prisoners. Still, they didn't just talk business. Jamie shared details about his upbringing, education, and marriage with Claire, while Lord John told his prisoner all about his own past as well. They began to see one another not as enemies but as fellow lords with quite a lot in common. John Grey fell in love with Jamie and arranged his parole at Hellwater. Jamie shut down Lord John's romantic advance. After years of friendship in Outlander, Lord John began to realize that he had fallen in love with Jamie. Of course, the dynamic between them was still strange. Jamie was a prisoner, and Lord John was the prison governor. Still, as their friendship evolved, the lines became far more blurred, to the point that Lord John couldn't help but make a romantic move on Jamie. The Scotsman immediately rejected Lord John, and things grew tense between them. As a prisoner, Jamie had very little power over the situation. However, when Lord John respected Jamie's rejection, Jamie's trust was restored. While Lord John was hurt that Jamie didn't share his affection, he continued to look out for the man and care for him all the same. When the time came that the prisoners of Ardsmuir were to be transported to the American colonies, Lord John arranged for Jamie's release under parole instead. He placed Jamie at Hellwater, where he served as a groom and servant to the Dunsany family. While there, Jamie was blackmailed into having sex with Geneva Dunsany, who secretly became pregnant before her marriage to Ludovic Ransom. Jamie offered his body to Lord John in exchange for his caring for William. Lord John chose his friendship over a chance for intimacy. Jamie and William in Outlander. Geneva Ransom died giving birth to her son, William, and Ludovic Ransom was immediately suspicious that the boy wasn't his. He became violent and attempted to murder the child, but Jamie killed Ludovic before he could harm him. William, therefore, went under the guardianship of Geneva's sister, Isabel. Lord John agreed to marry Isabel and became William's stepfather, all at Jamie's request. As Lord John mentioned to Claire in Outlander Season 7, Episode 11, Jamie offered his body to Lord John in exchange for this great favor. Lord John declined Jamie's offer, though only reluctantly so. He didn't want to have Jamie if it wasn't what the man really wanted, and he woefully accepted that it would never happen. Regardless, Lord John raised and loved William as his own. Lord John marries Claire in Outlander Season 7 when he believes Jamie is dead. Lord John and Jamie may face a major roadblock. John Grey extending a hand to Claire in Outlander 7:11. It was clear after Lord John agreed to raise little William as his own that he would have done anything for Jamie. However, he proves this even more when he takes Claire as his wife in Outlander Season 7. This followed the terrible news that Jamie had been lost at sea during his cross to the American colonies from Scotland. This tragedy was compounded by the reveal that Claire would be arrested as a spy after she passed on letters to rebels like George Washington. Marrying a respected loyalist lord could change all that, so Lord John stepped up and made Claire his wife. Lord John made it clear in Outlander Season 7 that he did this for Jamie since he knew his friend would die to protect Claire. However, John's own mourning made this more complicated. In their pain, the newlyweds consummated their marriage in Outlander Season 7, Episode 11. They did so to feel closer to Jamie. Of course, what they didn't know was that Jamie was still alive. He appeared at Lord John's home shortly after, and a whole lot of chaos ensued. This naturally means that Jamie and Lord John will have a lot to work through going forward in Outlander. Given their long friendship, they should come out fine, hopefully, anyway.